Aries. Hey, how are you guys? Hope everybody's doing well. This is going to be your general reading for February 2022. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you're enjoying it. You come back to see me. And if you've been here before, I really do appreciate the support. You guys have noticed I did change my area of where I do the cards now. Just feels better down here. And I don't have to worry about hair, makeup, clothes, that whole deal, okay? But let's see what we can find out for you. And it's going to be the same layout for right now. Past, present, and possible outcome. Alright, we got 3 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, and Death in your past. We got the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and 3 of Pentacles in the present. And the Knight of Cups, Temperance, and the Page of Pentacles in the possible outcome. Alright, let's see what we can find out from there, and then we will get clarifiers with another deck and see what kind of story we could tell. It looks like in your recent past you were looking like there was something out there that you knew that you would be able to find something that was out there if you kept working hard. Oh, can you see this now? Okay, there it is. If you kept working hard, but it's the 8 of Pentacles energy. It's like, all right, you are determined to work as hard as you can, to go as far as you can for whatever it is that you were thinking about doing or finishing. Maybe it was a project, it might have been any kind of, maybe a creative situation, maybe it was a song, a poem, a book, but it was just something that was going to take a lot of work, meticulous, making sure you had everything that you needed to get as far as you needed to go. And then we have the Death card, and that's like a transformation. Like you were deciding to do something, you were going to change your stance as far as maybe your beliefs or your thoughts about something. So, because something needs to end for you to be able to take on anything new. And right from that, then you get this Knight of Pentacles in your present energy. And he's the energy of very stable, very grounded, knows exactly what he needs to do, but knows that it's going to take time, and even though it's going to be hard work and could be meticulous and boring, if you stick to it, it's going to push through for you. Because it opens up a lot of options with this 7 of Cups. So it opens up a lot of options and gives you a chance to look at things and say, okay, well, this is what's going to work with that. This is what's going to work with that. Like, be able to separate it and say, okay, well, which one can I actually make something out of? So it's going to give you that time. When you put this hard work in, it's going to give you that time. When you have whatever this change of, I want to say change of thought, changing of, somehow you're going to change your mind in a way that you're going to be able to make these options more clear. And you're going to be able to say, all right, well, now I know what I need to do. And then you'll be able to go forward and do it. And it feels like at some point you go into this point where you may need to collaborate with somebody. You might need to have some time teamwork. This could be in work, your job, or it could be just like if you have a hobby or some kind of project where you might have to pull outside people in and working with them. So you're going to put your efforts into it, and they're going to be acknowledging you, and they're going to say, okay, let's do it this way, and you're going to work with people to see how you can make whatever this is that you have. You could be in charge of a project at work. You could be doing something, online. You could, whatever it is, you're going to bring people in to do stuff with you, and it's going to be your baby, but they're going to help you with it. And then in your outcome, your possible outcome, I have the Knight of Cups, Temperance, and the Page of Pentacles. So it looks like with this Knight of Cups, now you might have an idea of, you might be getting invited to something. We'll start with that. You might be getting invited to something as far as, maybe somebody wants to take you out to dinner, or maybe someone could go on a date and they have feelings for you and they're showing them. or you're showing them to somebody else. Or it could just be a matter of you're working with something and you feel like it's like very close to your heart. So if this was all something that's just very close to your heart, that explains the Knight of Pentacles there too. And we have this Temperance, so you need patience. You need to be able to balance things out, to see what mixes right, like what personalities mix, what ideas mix, and you're going to try to make something out of that. And with this Page of Pentacles, this tells me it's like a new opportunity for abundance, for a new start, possibly again the job, the business, the hobby, whatever it is, but you're going to actually be able to open it up to bring it into something that you could maybe even say, eventually this will pay my bills, or eventually I'll be able to save for retirement, or I'll, you know what I mean, like that kind of feeling where you have this idea and this, like, almost like this download's coming into you because you were working at it the whole time. And now I think once you get the right mix of people and the right idea that you can balance and like make a good idea out of it, then you're able to come along with a certain amount of patience, and you're actually going to be able to like build something out of it. Let's see what we can find out for this Three of Wands. This is Three of Wands for Aries. Got the Nine of Swords, the Tower, and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. All right, looks like when you had that Three of Wands energy, that idea, like I know something else is out there, I can get it, you know, I just need time, maybe I need to work hard. And so you had that idea that you could definitely grow it to something that you're going to be really, really happy with, really proud of. You're going to be able to do something with it. Maybe at that point it didn't stay as stable as you thought it was. And so, you know, you were having some stress about it. You were like, all right, maybe I can't figure this out. You know, you're losing sleep and you're like trying to figure out staying up late. Just trying to put, you know, you get your little notebook out and you're writing and you're saying, oh, what can I do to make this work? And I think when the Tower came in, it's almost like it came in saying, okay, no, this isn't good. You got to go further. And that's when you started to do more work or work harder at what your idea was. Let's see what we could do with this Eight of Pentacles for Aries. Eight of Pentacles for Aries. Four Swords, Five of Wands, and the King of Cups. Right, today this sounds like, okay, you went through a Tower moment, you know, where you were stressed and everything like that. So then you need to take a break. You're resting, you're relaxing, and apparently you might have had some like conflict going on, you know, between people. Just having like different arguments, you know, they wanted to be heard. Everybody wanted to have their opinion in, and nobody was letting anybody else talk. And I feel like if this was your energy, this King of Cups, or it could be somebody else in your environment, and they came in and they said, wait, stop. Everybody, just if you listen to each other and you're able to, you know, everybody gets their word in, everybody can get to talk, then the conflict will stop and you could actually move forward. And maybe that's why the Death came in, because whatever you were working with, the conflict had to stop for it to, you know, be able to move forward. Because, you know, you got everybody, you know, like, ever see, like, if you went to camp, or, you know, they had those camp outs, or even in school, kids will get, like, they'll hand them, like, the talking stick, and they're allowed to talk when they have the stick. That kind of idea, because everybody's just, like, they want to be heard, and they're going to keep overshooting, like, talking over each other. So you need to make that stop. So after you take a rest, then, you know, you think about it a little bit more. And I feel like if it was your energy with this King of Cups, or somebody else who came into it, said, let's do it this way. So when Death came in, that was like, maybe that was the change that you need to make, as far as just, you know, keeping things peaceful and making people be reasonable. We have the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. All right, so you have this like new spark, this new idea to make whatever this was, this three. It's like this new spark of an idea. Because maybe you were bored or tired of what it was at first, and it wasn't feeling like it was going to be anything. And it was causing you a lot of, you know, responsibilities and, you know, things that you had to look after, all these burdens that go along with it. So you had to be feeling like a new thing, and then it's like, oh, okay, I got this. So in your present energy, you had this Knight of Pentacles, and again, it's going to. He's a slow Pentacle guy. He's a slow Knight, but he's sturdy. He's strong, and the idea, if it's stuck and it's grounded, you'll be able to make something out of it. This is Knight of Pentacles here for Aries. The Empress, the King of Pentacles, and 7. All right, well, it looks like even though you may have to defend your opinions or defend your point of view in certain situations, I think with this King of Pentacles energy, it's like you're going to be like, okay, I know what I have to do. I can, if I work hard enough, I'm going to be able to push through it. And this Empress energy is like, okay, this is being able to nurture something. This is being able to bring something into fruition. Like, you could start it. That's like the energy of birth, or like growth, of an idea, of a project. And even though you're going to have to defend some things, and as far as defending, it might be just a matter of, okay, I need to get a loan from the bank, or I'm going to have to get these partners or these people who they put into your business or they put into your project. I can't think of the word right now. Investors. So it might just be something like that, where you have to defend it. You have to explain why you think it'll work, and why do you think it's worth what you're asking for it, or worth the money that you need to put into it. What about the 7 of Cups? Got an Ace of Cups, the Death card again, oops, and the Page of Wands. All right, so, well, Ace of Cups again, you are feeling very, very strong about this idea. This is huge. You're like, okay, I can do this, and you care about it. You put a lot of time and effort into it up till now, and it's like you've had it in your head for maybe a long time, and you're finally able to start making it move. Apparently, something in your attitude and your thought process and your principles might have had to change again. There was a change that you had to maybe start a whole new spark over again. So maybe you had to change something, like, I can't even think about what it is, but if it was like something, if you were doing some kind of computer coding, you're doing some kind of artwork, you were doing something needed to change for you to bring out this collaboration in this 3 of Pentacles. So whatever this spark was, that changed from what this was. So maybe as you were talking to investors or art gallery people or whoever you were doing, it changed something that maybe you felt like you were never going to change, that your principles, your whatever was wrapped up in it. And you said, well, maybe I'll do that. Who knows? Maybe I can do that. So we got this 3 of Pentacles. So maybe you were able to get people on your side about it. And I got the 3 of Cups. Oops. The 8 of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles. Alright, so it looks like, alright, so maybe you're with these people, maybe some of them are friends, maybe some of them are family. People that you feel close to. Maybe at this point you were bringing people in that you actually knew personally, or you knew that you had a good connection with. And you had this 8 of Swords feeling like, okay, I'm kind of, maybe you're stuck in this situation where it's not a good situation, because you have this Queen of Pentacles energy that she works hard, she's stable, she's grounded. So that's what you need. You need stable and grounded, and something that can keep growing, like continue to grow as you move on, and have that idea of, this is going to be it's going to be lucrative, it's going to be very generous, it's going to be a good situation. But I think you might feel a little bit stuck, and not so much that it's like a bad stuck, but now you are kind of committing with people where you're committing with people. Maybe that was not really where you were going in the beginning. Maybe you thought you were going to do this all on your own, and it got to the point where, no, you're not. So maybe you just feel stuck because this is not what you saw at first, but that doesn't mean it's not a good thing. It's just a matter of you needed to feel differently about it. You need to like say, okay, well maybe it's not the best thing in the whole world, but it's, you know, it's definitely something that can work. Now what about this Knight of Cups energy? Tell me about Knight of Cups for Knight of Wands, oops, Three of Swords, and Seven of Pentacles. Alright, the Knight of Wands comes in, and this, if he's a person in your environment, you know, he comes in, he's got all this action and energy, and he's willing to do stuff, and, you know, you work really good with them, or is this your energy again, because it could be, and it's almost, the Knight of Wands, he will go into things, and, you know, you're like, all right, I'm going to take this energy, this, you know, feeling that I have, and keep creating, and he'll look towards things and say, okay, but what, he'll look at the consequences. Like some knights don't, like, oh, the Knight of Swords doesn't look at the consequences. He just comes in and, you know, unravels things, and hopefully it turns out good, and sometimes it doesn't. But the Knight of Wands he's sure about the consequences, so you might be stopping and thinking that. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to keep working hard. I can see that I built something up. I can see that something's going to go further. But at some point, maybe one of your ideas doesn't work out, and maybe you're feeling like, you know, maybe you're feeling a little bit sad about it. Or on the other hand, if this Knight of Cups was actually like somebody coming out to you and saying, hey, you know, you want to date, you want to go out, whatever, if you were doing the same thing with somebody else, maybe that wasn't working. Like at that point in time, you couldn't, because of everything that's going on here, maybe romance is not in the cards right now. So it's just might be something you were like, ow, but I have to keep I have to keep building this. So that, yeah, I think that's what it feels like. You have to keep building. Oops. And on top of the Temperance, we got the Star that fell out. The Three of Pentacles again. And the Eight of Wands. All right, so yeah, after you had this heartbreak or whatever it is that happened here, you end up with this very hopeful feeling that things can work out with people that you may have brought in to help you with this Three of Pentacles. And there's going to be really a lot of fast action. Like things are going to start moving once you get to that point where you realize what is important to you and what at this point in time is, you know, where you want to be. So what about Page of Pentacles? Oopsie. Oops. My goodness. All right, so we got the Two of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, stop. It looks like there's going to be some decisions that you have to make. They're not going to be easy, almost like you're at a stalemate in some things, but if you're building up what this energy of this page was, then you're going to feel at one point or another that you're able to keep building on it, even though after this hard decisions have to come in. And, you know, it's just a matter of, okay, I don't want to really think about everything. Just, like, give me the facts and let me just put aside that. Or if you are getting to the point where you don't want to look at anything else because you're kind of, like, zoned in where you want to be. Oh, my doggy's here. Shh. You're zoned in on where you want to be, but you're still with the energy of the Knight where you're like, I can keep pushing through and I'm going to keep doing this. All right. All right, Aries, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Sorry. And I will be seeing you, if I don't pop in the middle of the month, definitely in March, okay? Sorry about the interruption. Take care, guys.